higher energy bills, and I don't want that to happen. I want their energy bills to be stabilised and lower. And so it is, in my view, vital that we get the Strait open and fully open, and that's where we've put all of our efforts in the last few weeks, and will continue to do so. The Gulf states last week were really clear with me that they want freedom of navigation, and they're right about that.
To shed more light, we have the pleasure to have with us over the phone our dear guest, Dr. Yasser Tantawy, international relations expert. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Dr. Tantawy, how do you see the reactions, the international reactions concerning the latest developments and the deteriorating situation that is taking place now with the statements by U.S. President Donald Trump and the blockade that is going to take place for the Iranian ports?
It is believed that we have 3 points here. Number one, a catastrophic economic impact on everyone, actually included. So it is not only impacting Iranian forces, but it is also impacting the worldwide, especially Gulf area. But maybe US is not concerned with that because they are targeting that everyone can buy oil and crude oil from USA. Number two, the siege itself is damaging the reputation of lots of points. But meanwhile, it might not work properly because already Hormuz Strait is already not closed. It's not a secure place to go through unless you pass through the Iranian territories, which is the right of Iran to hold or pass ships as they like. From the diplomatic or from the political point of view. The main concern is that we are having a serious issue that the U.S. currently doesn't have minesweepers. And the only minesweepers available belongs to Russia. They have 45, China 39. Then you are coming Poland 25, as I think. Then coming France with 19. And finally, we are having 17 in Egypt, by the way. Currently, the first 4 countries will need weeks to join, and of course we understand the U.S. forces will never allow to have support from rather China or Russia, while the Polish minesweepers are located in Baltic Sea and they cannot leave the region without. Thus, everybody is coming back to Egypt as the cornerstone based on the experience in that. But technically, we have lots of issues concerning that because, as we see, there is no way to attempt to close the stream as the U.S. believing to be under their control because there is no tool to control that. In addition, the kamikaze forces that might be held by Iranian force because we have currently reports claiming that U.S. didn't damage more than 40 to 50% of the available kamikaze boats that Iranian have. So there are lots of concerns, and of course, rather Australia, UK, and so on will never allow to get engaged or get involved in something in a mysterious situation that everybody will lose out of it. So I think this is the situation currently.
Yes. So what is the outcome of the negotiations? It have failed in Pakistan or collapsed.
We cannot say it is collapsed.
But it was described like this by the statements of the Vice President, U.S. Vice President. He said this word, it failed. He described it as...
From his own perspective, it failed because they did not get what they are looking for, the U.S. And it failed from the Iranian side because they did. So we need to understand that in negotiation you cannot get 100%. So everybody is having an egoistic perspective, looking to gain 100% of the request, which will never happen. So it is believed there is a second agenda that other meetings will follow in the coming few days to warm things down. And the U.S. administration is pushing for that siege and so on as a card to play with, to say we are in power and we are controlling. That will allow them to gain some time for further negotiations, even in backdoors. So there is a backdoor is happening. There is lots of side negotiation in place already, and lots of players are engaged. As we discussed before, there is a serious engagement coming from Italy, coming from Egypt, coming from the players who are dealing like key makers in the zone. So let's hope that everything will go fine, but we have lots of sides indicating that there are lots of side negotiations, even with each party is trying to show that they are strict to their mind. But it cannot happen, because as far as they agreed to sit together, that means they have some common ground to start with. And this is the purpose of the first meeting, just to have at least listing the points they need to discuss and detail.
Yes.
Then there will be a bargain.
As you've just mentioned, Dr. Tantawy, at least they had the chance to sit with each other or to meet for any agreement or a deal, even if they failed. But this means that each side wanted a deal, really, or else they wouldn't have met in Pakistan.
From technical perspective, each side is eager to get a deal, by the way, pushing to have a deal. But their both problems is there is no side having a winning card with them. This is the problem. So Iranians are closing and dealing whatever they like, bombing as they wish, because they have lots of missiles. The US is trying the siege, but there is no winning cards.
Yes.
So this is the first time in history that in a war that both sides are losing.
Yes, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information, Dr. Yasser Tantawy, international relations expert. Well, Iran's military said on U.S. naval blockade set to begin on Monday would be illegible and amount to piracy. A warning that no Gulf ports would be safe if its own were threatened. A statement issued by the Iranian military's Central Command Center Khatam al-Anbiya that was read on state television said that the restrictions imposed by criminal America on maritime navigation and transit in international waters are illegal and constitute an example of piracy. It added, if the security of the Republic